A and A.
Okay, all right. We are live this morning for purposes of the first review on this file. May I have the names of our participants, please, beginning with our guardian ad litem.
Carson Howitt, lawyer, guardian ad litem.
Ms. Sasha Thomas, counsel for the department. Ms. Bosher.
Hunter Bosher, foster care worker with Catholic Charities.
Michael Brooks, I represent one of the fathers, Eric Gilbert. He is the father of Sandra. Mr. Gilbert?
Eric Gilbert, Sandra's father.
Michael McFarland, representing mother.
I'm Kimian Haig, mother.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ariel Berger here on behalf of Father Donald Bundy.
Father Donald Bundy of Jasper.
Welcome. All right. Since we are on YouTube, I would encourage all of you to consider, as much as I appreciate you identifying who's who, let's try to avoid the kids' names for purposes of today's review. All right. No problem. Let's start with our guardian ad litem.
Yes, Your Honor. I was able to meet with both children in their home or in their placement on November 13, 2025. They were spending some time watching TV and just playing in the living room, and they have two pretty large dogs that were kind of running around too. So there's a lot going on. They live with, I believe it's Jasper's, the oldest half brother, who's about 2.5 and was adopted by the current placement. So I know last time we were here, I identified some issues with that transition and just kind of like their different environments. And the 2.5-year-old had his own routine and structure there, and they brought in 2 more kids. And, I think some of those issues have subsided just over time, and they've gotten a little bit more comfortable with each other and just kind of work themselves out. But I would classify overall this reporting period for these kids as just kind of like a stabilization. They've done really well in this home with the routine and structure that they've had. For the youngest, it's really benefited her. She's talking a lot more. She said bye, and she definitely knows the word no. She's growing. They took her to have her lead levels checked, and they were kind of like, it's like a whole different kid almost, just the progress that she's made in just these last few months. The oldest has some behavioral issues, and they're just working on being consistent with him. When he goes to school, there's not a lot of discipline, surprisingly, but at home they try to set some boundaries and rules for him. So I think he just needs some consistency and just continue to work on himself, and he's also done a lot better with the structure and routine. He takes it very hard, like this whole situation, and just kind of being away from his mom. And it's been difficult for him. So he is involved in counseling, and then I think he's just starting off there, but I'm excited to see that progress and then have him kind of work through some of those issues. I think these kids are very well taken care of in this home, and in a way the caregivers are almost like a service provider too. So it's really nice to see them just stay consistent with these kids and allow them to adjust, stabilize, and just get this routine that they're really benefiting from and making progress. And my hope is that this time away will allow the parents to provide an environment that will allow them to have that similar consistency, stability, and routine. But for now, I think the children's best interest is served in this home, and they did not share their wishes due to their age. Thank you.
Thanks. All right, Ms. Thomas, any testimony today?
Thank you, Honor. I'll ask Ms. Bosher to provide her report at this time.
You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do. Thank you.
All right, whenever you're ready.
Ms. Bosher, you've provided a court report with several attachments, and to the best of your knowledge, are there any updates or modifications that need to be made to your report or the attachments?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, please go ahead.
I'm going to start with each individual parent, kind of. So I'm going to start with Donald. I was able to do a home visit on the 13th of this month. Go do some paperwork with him, see where he lives. It is a 1-bedroom apartment, which is kind of a barrier at this time, especially moving forward with Jasper, or JH, I apologize. And I did ask about their sleeping arrangements, and they did say if JH was to spend the night, that JH would take the bedroom and they would take the living room on an extra mattress. It sounds like just more discussion we're going to have going forward as we expand in the case. He has set up for counseling today, Donald. So in my report, it says he completed a CMH assessment, but he did not actually that day, but he did get himself started in therapy, and today will be his first session to my knowledge. I got all 3 parents are on foster care supportive visitation waitlist or already started the program. So Donald is 3rd on the waitlist right now. Still just waiting for that service to get started. I have some needs for Donald at this time, which we have talked about and we're still working on them. I am needing SSI documentation from him. He has said he's going to stop by, get some documentation, get it over to me. So still waiting on that. He is needing to get the Dr. Louder paperwork back in regards to his psychological to complete that evaluation. He stated to me this morning that he did complete it and that he will work on getting it to me so I can get it back to Dr. Louder. It sounds like that's going to be done today. And then he is needing to still just make some calls to Dr. Louder's office and get all of the testing and everything of that sorted out. He made one call last night, and it sounds like I'm going to help him make the other call today when he drops off that paperwork. So everything's still in works and getting completed, just need to get it completed. In regards to Eric, I was able to confirm his weekly attendance for therapy services. I confirmed that on the 13th of this month. Still, that was just verbal confirmation. I'm still needing progress notes and such sort documents, I guess. Eric is currently 6th on the foster care supportive visitation wait list. Again, just still waiting for that service to get started for him. And then just one thing that I think I need to note for the record, he missed his 11-12 parenting time. He said Kayleen reported to him that SG had hand, foot, and mouth, and he assumed that the parenting time would be canceled. I tried calling him, no answer. And then I just had to reiterate to him that I'm the person with the last say of that because SG was cleared by the doctor to have parenting time that day. So just some confusion, some miscommunication, but did reiterate that to him. Some needs for him as well is the Dr. Louder paperwork. And then also calling the Dr. Louder assistant, which him and Kayleen did state yesterday that they did. They left a voicemail for her, so that should be in the works as well. And then this morning I was able to confirm the IQ testing date with him that I will be driving him to in Jackson on the 25th. In regards to Kayleen, mostly just needs not updates. I was able to confirm with her again the IQ testing date for the 25th. I'm driving her and Eric at the same time. She called Dr. Louder's assistant yesterday, so that's in the works. I'm needing the Dr. Louder paperwork to get back to Dr. Louder. She is currently unemployed. It was believed that she was employed at one time and then job fell through due to some health issues. So we're still looking for employment. And then individual therapy, right now she's not participating in. I did have a conversation with her that I think it's a need, it's something she needs to do. And I think especially right now she's not on medication due to her pregnancy. I think that extra support system will be very beneficial for her. In regards to JH, he is currently still on the wait list for in-home therapy. I've reached out twice to them to see where he is on the wait list. They haven't got back to me, but again, with all of this progression happening, it might not even be a service meeting that we need. So we're kind of just looking into that. I definitely just need more information from the company that does it. His medication has been up to 10 milligrams 2 times a day. He's on a 1-month test right now. That was done on the 7th of this month. And then I did contact his therapist to kind of see where they stand. She said it was hard for her. She's only been seeing him for a little over a month. He's quiet, he's fidgety. She thinks it would be beneficial to look into autism assessment or a trauma assessment. I have a child trauma assessment completed. And I would like that court ordered today, so I could check that box on that referral to get him a CTAC through our company. I think it'll just not only address some behaviors, but also identify some services that might be necessary for him if we haven't looked at those already. Eric and Kayleen are currently back together. I'm needing a home visit in their new place. I haven't seen that yet. And then I'm looking essentially for some court guidance as well on Eric and Kayleen and their progression moving forward as planning together. I know they want parenting time back together, but I'm concerned about the on and off relationship and then having the children confused, kind of put in the middle of that. I think another beneficial services that should be ordered for Kayleen and Eric would be couples counseling. And then we can see some consistency in couples counseling and just a steady relationship before we talk about parenting time together and getting the children involved. Other than that, of my recommendations of couples counseling and having a child trauma assessment ordered for JH, I would like to note that Eric and Kayleen were denied for SSI, so I do not believe ADA accommodations are necessary, but I will 100% continue to assist in any way I possibly can in that perspective. And that's all my updates.
Thank you. Thank you for the thorough updates. And I noticed in the court report that a copy of an updated case service plan or any case service plan is not included. Have you discussed the, I guess, recommendations you have related to like couples therapy and whatnot with the parents and updated the case service plan to reflect that?
I spoke to Eric about it, where he was able to say that him and Kayleen have already discussed it, that they think it would be a good idea. But I haven't updated the case service plan, and I definitely can get new signatures on it.
Let's see. I think you were very thorough, and I think you've touched on all of the attachments that you have in there. The only thing that I would like a little more information on is during parenting time, how are the parents doing? Specifically, Eric and Kayleen. We have a good report, I think, from the grandparents about Donald and that he's exercising parenting time and things seem to be going well. But can you provide us any updates on how parenting time is going with the parents?
Yeah, it's going well right now. Eric does great with SG. There's no concerns. Both parents bring dinners, bring all the necessary stuff at this point of time. Kayleen is currently working with foster care supportive visitation, and I think one of the needs currently that she's working on, and I believe she's had discussions with her coach on this as well, just finding different ways to talk to Jasper and setting those boundaries. It's been her need reported in her progress reports, but it's also a need I've noticed as well. But I have no doubt that they are not discussing it and that they're working on it together. That's about it. Overall, they're going well.
And do you believe at this point in time, based on the parents' current progress, that there would still be a substantial risk of harm if the children were to be returned to their parents' care and custody today?
Yes.
And is that because of the barriers that existed at the time of removal?
Aspects of that, yes.
Okay. But generally, how would you describe the parents' compliance with their case service plan? I know that you've just given us a lot of information. So if you had to summarize that in general terms, how would you describe that?
I think how I'd summarize it is it's very early still, especially for services just getting started. I would definitely say there's partial compliance, and I don't think there's not compliance, but it's more the willingness and the push to do everything and complete everything. It's been a slow but steady process, I would say. But definitely partial compliance where everyone's figuring it out as we go.
Thank you. With that, Your Honor, I have no further questions of Ms. Bosher and ask the court to admit in the court report with the attachment.
No objection.
No objection.
No objections.
No objection.
Thank you, they are received. Questions for this witness, Ms. Berger?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. McFarland?
Just a couple questions as I'll be calling my client. Where should the focus of the case service plan be right now for my client?
I think completing the steps for her psychological evaluation to be completed. Dr. Lauder can't complete her psychological writing, I guess, without the proper paperwork and the testing done. So we are wanting that to be completed as soon as possible. And then also I do believe the aspect of getting Kayleen into individual therapy would be very, very beneficial.
She called me, they're attempting to do so. Do you want them to sign a release, or will you prepare a release for that? So you know the progress of the couples therapy?
Yep. I spoke to Eric. I said if his counselor or where he's going through counseling of Lenawee can't assist with that, to reach out to me and I will assist with finding them one.
For the psychological evaluations, it's just a questionnaire my client needs to return or something else?
It's a packet of paperwork. I haven't specifically seen the packet. It was mailed to my office, then I gave it to Kayleen. If assistance is needed with that, I let them know. I will help them.
What's your expectation of the time frame for her returning that, so we know here in court?
I would like it.
I know yesterday, but.
Yes, yeah, yesterday. I would like it by the end of the week, so I could let Dr. Lauder know.
Okay, thank you. She's nodding, but it's okay. What would be the path for joint parenting time? Since they appear to be planning together right now to reunify together, what would be the path to having visitations together?
Yes, the path would be engaging in couples counseling and getting positive, I guess, progression notes from their counselor, and then also seeing benefit in their relationship as well. I would also like to see a steady time frame. I would like to say a reporting period of where they are consistently together.
You mean residing together, going to places together? What do you mean by consistently together? Just so they know.
Just in a supportive relationship together.
Okay. I have no further questions. Thank you.
I have clarification. I'm looking at the court report. Is that because it looks like she was homeless in August, staying with Eric by the end of August, then had a new place with a new fiance in September, then moved out of that home and is between October and November is now back with Eric?
Yes.
Okay, so there's some concerns on her movements in that area, and the parenting time was being exercised together, stopped being exercised together in early September due to the breakup.
Mhm.
And now she's in the supportive visitation program,
Yes.
but you haven't resumed the joint parenting time.
No.
Okay. Does that help, Mr. McFarland?
It does, Your Honor.
Do you have questions based on my questions?
I do not. Thank you.
Mr. Brooks, any questions for this witness?
I'm the attorney for Mr. Gilbert. Would it be fair to describe his participation as cooperative with your program?
Yes.
That's all.
Okay, Mr. Howard? I already asked Ms. Berger.
Oh, okay, sorry.
She went first.
No questions, Your Honor.
Okay, any redirect?
None, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, any other questions before we let her off the stand?
No, Your Honor.
Nope.
All right, thank you for your testimony. We return to your seat. Any other witnesses today, Ms. Thomas?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Ms. Berger?
Donnie, do you want to testify today?
Oh, thank you.
Okay, no witnesses, Your Honor.
Mr. McFarland.
My client would like to testify.
Okay,
Glad to have you done.
all right. Kaylee or Kayleen? What does your actual full legal
How would you like to
name?
be called? Kay? Kay, Your Honor, how would you like to be addressed?
Okay, but what is her actual full legal name?
Kayleen K.
Kayleen K. Hake?
Yes.
K-A-Y is the middle, maybe? Okay, thank you.
Please raise your right hand. You swear,
I'm blocking your view.
do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Careful and step right here.
Kaylee, I know that you had called me and you had asked about my suggestion for couples counseling, and we had discussed that, correct?
Yes.
What's your position on couples counseling?
I have a case management worker named Kelsey. So I had talked to her Friday and then I had talked to her yesterday because I was supposed to meet with her today, but because of court today, I had to reschedule. So I will be seeing her Friday or Thursday and I was gonna talk to her about the counseling for me and him, and then I was gonna talk to her about my therapy being started.
Who is she with?
She's through CMH.
Will you ask her if there'd be a conflict with her being your individual counselor and counseling both of you for therapy? Will you ask her that?
I can.
And then will you also check with the worker here to make sure that that's appropriate?
Yes.
And is it okay if we add to your case service plan, which is that roadmap of what you have to do, if we add couples counseling? Are you okay with that?
Yes.
I know you wanted to mention about the visitation and maybe some miscommunication. Tell us about that, one missed visitation.
Yes, so I have a parent person that she was talking about who actually has texted me telling me that my daughter had hands, foot, and nose disease. And she texted me telling me that that me and Eric's thing was canceled for the
Thing
week.
being visit?
The visit,
Okay,
yes.
go ahead.
She told me that there is no further visitations this week, that prior week, because she was sick.
Did anybody then text you saying visits
She
back up?
texted me afterwards she texted me later sorry, I'm nervous. She texted me later that week telling me that it was cleared. And that, because I was originally supposed to have my visits Thursday, so she reported that Thursdays didn't work, so I had to go back to Tuesdays.
Did you miss a visit?
I only did because she told me that visits were canceled.
Would you like a makeup visit?
I would like to, if I could.
Do you have that text on your phone that shows that the visit was canceled?
Yes, I have the text, her telling me that visit was canceled,
Would you be able?
but I did not bring my phone in today.
That's fine. Would you be able to forward a screenshot of that to the worker so she
Yes.
sees that?
Yes, I can.
I know that you were whispering to me something about somebody not being your fiance, as the judge said.
Yes,
How's-
he and I were boyfriend and girlfriend, and the guy wanted to marry me because he was told at the time, because I am pregnant, that if I was to marry him, the kid would not be taken. So he was telling everyone that we were fiancés when we weren't.
Gotcha. That may be a delicate question, but do you know who the father of your child is right now? Your unborn child, you're pregnant.
25% it could be Eric's, 75% it could be the other ones.
Okay. You and I.
He and I have been together for 5 years, and he and I have talked, and we don't see any split coming soon. So we don't mind showing everyone that we will stay together.
Do you have any questions or concerns about your case service plan right now?
No,
Okay.
not at the moment, at least.
Anything else you want to say today?
I can't think of it.
Okay, other attorneys may have questions for you, okay?
Yes.
Ms. Thomas?
I have no questions. Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Berger?
No questions, Your Honor. Thank you.
I did want to add, I am on medication.
Oh, that's right. Thank you.
I did talk to my Dr. Lopez yesterday, and she will be starting me on medication here this week.
Okay,
She's putting me on Zoloft, the smallest dose, and then she's gonna be working my way up the following week to a second dose.
right, I think you had some issues with, being pregnant and not on medication that was mentioned. Is that what
Yeah.
you're responding to?
Yes,
Did a doctor tell you at any time that you shouldn't be on any such
She did
medication
tell-
with pregnancy?
sorry. She did tell me at first that it could cause effects to the baby, but she did let me know that any medicine you take can cause effects to the baby, to the pregnancy, especially during the first trimester. So then, once I hit second trimester, she told me if I still wanted to take medication, I can. She would find something safe that will not harm the baby. So that's the route we went.
Okay, and what medication is that?
Zoloft.
Okay. And have you signed a release so your worker is able to speak to your doctor just to verify
I
that?
can.
Okay, but you haven't yet.
I can't remember if I did. I know I did for Kelsey. Thank
But if
you.
you haven't, you will, right?
Yes.
Okay. Nothing further, Your Honor.
I think we were at Mr. Brooks. Any questions?
I have no questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Howard?
No questions, thank you.
Thank you for your testimony. We appreciate your seat.
So everyone,
Take
sure.
your water. You're forgiven. Do you have any other witnesses?
I do not.
Mr. Brooks?
No, my client does not wish to testify.
Mr. Howard?
No witnesses.
Comments in closing, beginning with Ms. Thomas, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. I think the only thing I would like to request of the court is because we did not do updated case service plans in this court report, which I apologize for not catching earlier, if the court could specifically order that the children, trying to think of the best language, sorry, if the court could order the agency must make referrals or complete the CTAC assessments for the children, that would be appreciated. And if it sounds like the parents are agreeable to the couples counseling, and so I don't know that we need a specific order for that. But if the court is inclined, we would obviously be grateful for any assistance in that regard as well. I think that despite their long history as a couple, the concerns about paternity related to a new child and sort of this disruption early on in the case and mom's mental health, I think it's safe to just monitor that and ensure that there is some stability, especially for the children. So we are also asking the court for specific guidance on whether that parenting time can be jointly or if it needs to continue to be separated. But other than that, Your Honor, I think a 90-day review is appropriate, and I continue to wish the parents the best of luck in achieving their case service plan. Thank you.
Thank you. Any comments, Ms. Berger?
Thank you, Your Honor. We too would ask for another reporting period. It seems that my client is doing what he's supposed to be doing. I did note that it is recommended by the agency that he seek out an independent custody order. I can send him a packet to fill out that I've created, although officially representing him in that capacity would be outside my scope, but I will be able to send that to him. So hopefully he can fill that out on his own and get that filed to hopefully at least alleviate the court's docket from that one child. But at this time, I would just ask that he continue to have time to work towards unification. Thank you.
Mr. McFarland?
I believe my client expressed what is necessary on the record. Nothing further.
Mr. Brooks?
No comments.
Mr. Howard?
Yes, Your Honor, the only thing I'd like to touch on is I'd follow Ms. Foster's recommendation of keeping the parenting time separate for now until we can see that that long period of consistency and a healthy relationship between those parents. Move forward, and I would support getting the CTAX. I think that'd be a good resource for moving forward throughout the case. Thank you.
Court finds all interested parties are given notice for purposes of today's review hearing. The court order will certainly reflect satisfaction with the efforts of our caseworker, who has indicated some efforts that are beyond what she would typically even be obligated to do. Things like what she mentioned with assisting in phone calls and transportation, and all those things are above and beyond what she normally has to do. And I just want to take the time to say I appreciate those efforts.
Thank you.
The referrals are great. They're exactly where the parents need to be moving right now. So I'm glad to see that they are cooperating with those and taking those seriously. I agree with Mr. Howitt that the visitation should be separate, and I think Ms. Bosher is right on with her assessment of the need to demonstrate stability in the relationship and look at those dynamics before the parents start revisiting together. I think the CTAC assessments are important. I'll mention that in the order. That the court is directing those referrals to be completed. That will give us also a bonding assessment typically, and that will be useful in structuring parenting time moving forward. If we could posit the question as to whether or not the parents should be planning together as part of that assessment, I think that could be useful as well. Sometimes our CTAC evaluators will help us with parenting time evaluations and recommendations that way. I would also ask Ms. Bosher to continue to consult with any therapists for the children on parenting time recommendations, especially in that question of joint or individual. But I firmly support individual time with the children and the parents until stability in that relationship has been achieved, and really analysis of that relationship and how those dynamics affect the children. But certainly the instability that we've seen in the last report period is not something we want to add to the children's plate, if you will, at this time. So those are my rulings on those particular issues. The children will remain under the care and custody of the department and the jurisdiction of the court in the next report period. Their placement is the safest and least restrictive under the circumstances. It's meeting their needs as the parents make their way through the significant challenges that constitute the risk of harm in this case. We're looking for Mr. Bundy to figure out how he wants to approach his relationship with his child moving forward. I'm glad to see that visitation is going well. Looking for him to engage in that parenting education. Looking for Eric and Kayleen to establish safe, stable housing, income, engagement in CMH services, mental health treatment, analysis of their own parenting skills, and building on those pieces of understanding necessary to provide those things for themselves and their children. So for all those reasons, the children will remain in their placement under further analysis and support from the department as well as the court in the next report period. The next review will also be a permanency planning hearing. So I'll put that into February. We have available. You could do February 17th at 1:30 if everyone's available.
I am not, I'm sorry. I just have
Okay,
I have a pre-trial that day.
We could go back up to, let's see.
Your Honor, my client, apparently the other father would prefer mornings if possible.
Okay, I do have February 11th in the morning at 9.
Perfect.
So Wednesday in the morning at 9. Actually, we could even do 8:30 if y'all would prefer.
I'll defer to Mr. Brooks.
Oh,
Later the better.
9 o'clock. All right, 9 o'clock. Great. All right, 9 o'clock on February 11th, 2026 will be your first, second regular review and permanency planning hearing. Any questions?
My client does have a change of address. When we're off the record, she'll give that to you.
Thank you. Be happy to take that in a moment.